I don't know what's going on. I don't even know if I need this. Here, come here, Ada. Ooh, my first mistake was too much time. I had to go to my yep, back to my profile. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, guys. There you go. Thank you, buddy. Are you gonna be my DJ? I don't know. I hope it fit now. I don't be knowing how I be getting these freaking filters. I don't. But you know what? Whatever. I'm gonna go with what works. I got a mission to send. Hold on. Come on in, guys. What's up? Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the likes. Yeah, we was just on. I don't know what happened on my end. My son said it was. You said it was good. You said it was good. What? Get up off me, dude. Anyway, come on now. I'm about to go live. So, yeah, my son said it was working good on his end, so maybe it was just on my end. But you know how the enemy works. They be trying to hold a sister down. But, yeah. Thank you for the likes. Come on in, and we can finish what we were talking about. Come on in, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the likes. Come on in. Make sure you share, follow. Share, follow, invite others. So listen, let's go ahead and jump back into this thing. Erwin Buff. Okay. I don't know who that is. Thank y'all for joining. Thank you for the likes. All right, look. Oh, listen. Y'all want a shirt? Go to my website. Get your Body by Nye. And get your workout program. Go and hook yourself up. You know, summer is done with. It's fall time now. So let's start working on our bodies now. I got home workout programs. And I got a shelf building program that you can use at the gym. So go get what you need, right? So listen. What we were talking about is manifesting. Intentionally, unintentionally. And I was just saying how I have been saying all these months how, oh goodness, all these months how, you know, my books will be in stores and this, that, and the third, and I didn't even know how that worked. I really didn't know how it worked at all. But I was manifesting it all this time and didn't even know it. And every store that I said it will be in, it has hit the store. So yes, my book got picked up. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on with this. I'm trying. Listen. So I have not, as y'all know, for the new ones, we are still setting up the studio. So listen. Until then, y'all gonna get some of this move around. So your tongue is very powerful, right? So what you speak becomes truth. And that's what I was saying earlier. Is, you know, you can't put your mouth on people and expect no good to come from it. You can't expect good to come from it when you sit and putting your mouth on people. When your tongue, you're spitting curses, the things that come out of your mouth and the negative things that you say to people. And a lot of people think it's karma. And they like, well, you know, when karma, you know, karma gonna pay you back and karma gonna do this. What you do right now, thank you for the likes. What you do right now to people right now, it is eventually going to come back and get you spiritually. And that's what I try and tell people. Everything that we do in the now is way worse in the spiritual. So let's talk about that. So you have a lot of people that play and practice in spirituality. Yes. Yes, Tan. They play with the spirit, you know, with the spirit. And a lot of them has gotten away from the religion and gotten to spirituality. So right now you got different deities out there that people don't know anything about. And then they just wake up one day and say, you know what? I'm on a spiritual level. I'm ascending and I'm doing this because they watch a lot of videos. Right? They watch a lot of different people. They hear this person say anything. And that's why I think social media is so dangerous. Because when you start dibbling and dabbling with the different deities and different things, you know, and start going off into this whole confusion. Because what happens is it sends you down a rabbit hole. And if you're not careful to understand and study it, you'll be saying and praying to and building altars to people that you have no clue about. And a lot of them feel like, especially with our culture, we go and connect back with our ancestors and different things like that, and not understanding the gist of the ancestors or what did they really practice. We only going by what someone said, wrote the history of. But I'm not trying to get too far into that. What I'm trying to get you to understand is when you go against people and you start dibbling and dabbling in these things and you're trying to be vindictive or get your payback, or as they say, called judgment, it's going to be a bad situation for you, not them. Because anytime you owe something for that, I call judgment on that. I owe something for that. What are you going to pay them in? And that's what you have to remember in that sense. So we're going to get off of that. So what I'm trying to say is, with your tongue, is very powerful, okay? So whatever you manifest, the things that come out of your mouth, if you say, I am so broke, then guess what? You're going to continue to be broke because you're telling your mind that you're broke, and that's all that you're going to dwell on, that you're broke. But if you start telling yourself, I don't have the money today, but I am not going to stay in this situation. If you tell yourself every day you wake up that this is the last time I'm ever going to be this way, you have to give yourself an ultimatum. You have to always give yourself an ultimatum. Remember, it's you against you. It's not you against everybody else, because can't nobody bother you. No one can come up against you unless you allow them to come up against you. No one can come in disrupt your peace unless you allow them to disrupt your peace. No one can do anything to you unless you allow them to do these things to you. So if you're around low vibrational people, then yes, a lot of things can happen to you. But if you stay in your high vibration, you're not going to want to attach, because remember, it's you attaching, not them attaching to you. You're not going to want to attach to them because they're low vibration. It doesn't mean that you're better than. It doesn't mean that, you look down on them. It doesn't mean any of that. What it means is that I'm just not there anymore. And if you want to have a conversation or hang out with me, then you have to raise your vibration to hang out with me. And you know what I mean? So that's the type thing that I'm talking about. So yeah. So whatever it is that you speak, thank you for the likes. Whatever you speak will become true. So if you want to be successful, you say you're going to be successful. You step up to the plate and you become successful. You you activate that. You speak it and then operate. Speak it and operate. So I want to be successful. So the next thing I'm going to do, what if I like to sleep until 5 o'clock in the afternoon? Well, I'm going to start getting up a little early to start my day a little bit earlier, to do what I need to do. Maybe look for jobs. I don't know what it is. If you want to, you have a vision of something that you want to do, you have to do it. But you have to be wise too. I mean, I feel like, a lot of people, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I do believe this. You jump off the porch and you jump straight to quitting your job and different things like that because God showed you a vision, and you jump and you quit your job, this, that, and the third, and you just walk out on faith. Trust me, everybody you know are going to talk about, they're going to call you crazy. I'm telling you right now. I'm your sister, I'm your coach. I'm telling you, that's exactly what they're going to say. They're going to say, you crazy, you done lost your mind. They're going to say that. But it's only when you finally get to the finish line, because you've seen the goal. You've seen the finish line. God gave you the start, which the start was you decided to quit your job. The end was you having your success. God never showed you the middle, because if he showed you the middle, then you tell the enemy, and the enemy would come in and disrupt that. So if you walk out and trust him on blind faith, and you walk out and you just trust him, you will get that. He's not going to allow anything to happen to you. Right, and that's why I was working my way too. So once you finally get to the end, that's when everybody, girl, I thought you was crazy. Boy, I thought you was crazy. Hey, Sonia, what's up? I thought you was crazy. You did this and I ain't. But look at you. I believed in you. When you said you was going to do it, I believed in you. But at first I thought you was crazy. But once you did it, I knew you was going to do it. No, you didn't. You didn't know anything. All you did was talk about me. You went to the nearest person that knew me, and if they didn't know me, you gave them a whole story, a catch-up story, so they could feel like they knew me, and then you created a narrative about me, and you talked about me and drugged me through the mud. That's how it goes. Uh-oh, let me put this on Do Not Disturb. Me, and you talked about me and drugged me through the mud. That's how it goes. Uh-oh, let me put this on Do Not Disturb. Me and you talked about me and drug me through the mud. That's how it goes. Uh-oh, let me put this on Do Not Disturb. And that's what it is. Hey, hey, hey. And that's what it is. So you got to know what it is. You have to, when God gives you a vision, just operate. Don't sit and wait on, okay, God, give me another sign. Don't turn to DMX, God, show me a sign. Just don't turn into the whole, well, God, if the wall turned purple, then I know that this is for me. No. You got to know what's his voice and what's your voice. And remember, we talked about how to identify the two different voices. So your voice, your inner voice is always loud. Your inner voice is always loud. And you know, so if God gave you the vision to start this business, your inner voice, if God gave you the vision to start this business, your inner voice, because that's the childhood hurt, that's the childhood abandonment, that's the childhood of you know, people talking about you behind your back, that's all that hurt that's in there. And now you're hearing with your hurt ears, and what you're going to hear is the inner you, and it's going to be the loud saying, now you know you ain't gonna make no $1 million out of that. You know that ain't gonna bring no generational wealth. You know if you lose your job, da, 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 da. But it's that still voice that tells you, do it. Trust me. A lot of people look at that like, no, that's because I just read that voice. And you know, I just read that scripture. I just read that, so that's why that scripture is in my head. No. God told you to do it. Do it. It's hard. It's really hard to just stop doing what the norm is. The norm for you is to work a 9 to 5. The norm for you is to people please, worry about what others think, because you've been doing it all your life. It's been an illusion, and that's all it's been all this time, is an illusion of so you can stay away from your purpose. That's what it's for. But when you listen to your inner, the inner tells you very softly, do it or don't do it. Whatever it is. But you have to know, before God give you a mission, he's going to test you. He's going to test you. And how he's going to test you is he's going to talk to you. He's going to give you petty little jobs, meaning that, let's see if she'll catch on to this. Out of nowhere, get up and move that cup. And you got this urge to want to get up and move that cup, but then it's like, God will not tell me to just get up and I'm sitting here comfortable at 2 o'clock in the morning to move a cup. Well, you failed that test. And that's okay, because he's going to keep giving you different jobs, because he has to build you up to the big one. And that big one is when I tell you to move, which is going to be life or death, which is going to dictate your destiny, which is going to dictate, you know, you be successful or unsuccessful, however it go. It's going to be the big voice. It's going to be, have y'all seen that, the video on TikTok that spirit got your hand and he talking to you and he's telling you when I say go, and then all of a sudden he snatch you left, right, because he say go, and it's just be real fast. Yes, that's exactly how it is. Because he needs you to be ready, and things happen really, really fast, depending on how long you sat around and didn't do anything. So for me, I sat around for a long time, for a while. But my time, listen, my appointed time was coming up. And I had sat around for a long time. Yeah, I was doing things, and I was doing things he told me to do, but I was skipping over some of the things. So when it was time, he really snatched me by my hand. And last year went by so fast. That last half of 2023 up until now went by so fast. So let's take the last of 2023. Let's take from June to December of 2023. Everything was happening left and right. Everything was happening so fast. And you talk about that in Amos, that everything will happen so fast. It's like your head spinning, right? So it was happening so fast, like everything. I was doing everything. It's like I was in drive, like, and as I was explaining to some people, it was just like, I don't know how looking back, I don't know how I did that. I don't know how all that got done. And in the process, pack up my house because I'm moving, right? And I got all these different things going on, but I made it happen because he carried me through that. And the reason why he had to carry me through that, because my mission, my job was so much bigger than what my vision can see. So he had to hurry up. And when I say I felt like I was getting disrespected left and right, I mean, it was like people were taking it like a field trip, like a field day. Like, you know what? They just wake up like, you know what? Let me go find Coach Nye, because I just need to go off on somebody. I don't even know this person, and somehow I run into this person and they just cussing me out or something is happening. I'm like, yo, wait a minute now. Thank you for the likes. I don't understand. Why is this happening? And then, you know, I did the typical thing that we do. God, why is this happening to me? I ain't did nothing to nobody. I treat everybody nice. I treat this. And I guess, you know, he could be sick of me because it's been happening all my life. The majority of my life has been happening. Why now you so concerned? Before you weren't concerned. Before it was just like, okay, that's just how people are. Now you saying, whoa, me. So that's another thing. He had to get me out of the whoa, me attitude. He had to get me out of the whole, why is this happening? No, and get me into the attitude of this is not happening to me. It's happening for me. Something, whatever's happening in that moment, I had to learn, okay, in this moment, God, what are you trying to make me build out of this? In this moment, God, what are you trying to make me see? In this moment of all this disrespect, thank you for the follow. Yes, Diana. Yes, you're right. And in this moment, what is it that you want me to get out of this? That's what I had to learn. And then in that moment, I learned that I'm a people pleaser. I need to stop. People disrespect me because I allow them to disrespect me. I needed to understand my power. I needed to understand how powerful I was. Not that I was super powerful, which I am. It was just that he needed me to understand. I intimidate a lot of people. So with me intimidating a lot of people, what a lot of people do is I'm going to get you before you get me. And they just assume that I'm going to be that type of person. They're just going to assume that, you know, I'm a nasty person and they're going to come for me. So in the mix of all that, I had to learn that I have to stand in my power and know how to operate in my power. Not just operate in my power. Because you got some people that abuse their power. Once they get a little power, so you think like superpowers, like I'm about to start spitting webs out my hand and I'm about to start floating. No, it's a different type of power. It's spiritual. Because now what I had to learn is when I show up in the room, it's not that I showed up in the room because I am nothing without him, right? It's when the spirit that shows up before me. So before me, as we've been talking about, what shows up first? When you open that door, before the door is even open, the spirit has, as we've been talking about, what shows up first? When you open that door, before the door is even open, the spirit has even opened. The spirit has already in the building. But boy, when I walk in the building, now I'm catching up to spirit. See, spirit done already came in and cleared the space out for me. Now I done showed up. Now I'm sitting there. Now what you gonna do? And that's the thing. That's where the disconnect comes from. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna come in and disrespect the spirit? Are you gonna come in and embarrass the spirit? The spirit showed up. He already set the tone. Everybody know who you are. You ain't got to worry about it. They may not know your name, but they know who you are and they know how powerful you are because they can see the grace in you. They can see it all in you. They see these things in you. But what do? You come in and play yourself small. You start looking at what we talk about. Oh, they might be looking at my hair. They might be looking at me. I don't know. Something going on. They might be, oh, did I do my makeup right? Did I miss a spot? Because everybody's staring at me. They're staring at you because you are. Your presence is so strong. You're so powerful. They want to be that. They want to feed off that. And yeah, it's somebody in there that's about to cuss you out real good because it's the spirit that's in them. See, they don't know you, but the spirit that's in them knows the spirit that's in you. And like they said, I know Jesus, I know Paul, but who are you? And that's what they're trying to figure out. Who are you? So the human nature in them is who are you? The spirit in them know where you came from and they know that you about to battle. He like, oh no, she about to come in and cause all kind of ruckus and make me feel small. She got to go. She got to go. And you ain't even said nothing yet. And that's what makes you powerful. When you can walk in the room and not say a word and shake up the whole room. That's when you know you're standing in your power. That's the only time you know you stand in your power. Because any other time, you come in there and what happened? You slip right back into that whole, oh, it's me. Why everybody keep looking at me? Why is this and why is that? Well, I'll tell you why. Because you're playing yourself small. Everybody else see you. Everybody else knows you. You don't know you. And that's why it's so important for you to heal. You have to heal. If you don't go heal, you will always be less than. And don't be that person that now you're 90 years old and you done got to the point that I don't give a damn no more what people got to say about me. I'm 90 years old. I don't care if this happened and that happened. You finally done got the hint and healed, and now all of a sudden your millions come. You done hit the jackpot for $200 million and you got 13 more minutes left to live. Now look at that. You wasted all these years satisfying and pleasing everybody else and not understanding who you are, whose you are, and what your purpose is, and doing all these things for everybody else, and you have not acknowledged who you are. I know I'm something else, but listen, don't, because if God told you you're going to get it, you're going to get it. The abundance is yours. So if you wait that long, then guess what? You're still going to get it. Because he promised you that. Okay? So when you're looking and talking with people, allow people to be who they are. Allow them to do their job. Their job is to sit and do whatever mission God told them to do. And if they failing at it, what is it your business? If that woman said that she's a high priestess, and that man said that he's a ascended master, and that woman said, what is it your business? What is it your business to go and tell that person what they are and what they ain't? And who are you to tell that person that their spirituality ain't right? Who are you to do any of these things? Your job is to do your job. Your job is to cook. That's it. That's it. You're not to do anything else but your job and in your lane. And the enemy is going to do his job. And see, that's the difference between us and the enemy. See, the enemy will always do his job. Man, and he's so good at his job. That joker wake up every morning happy as hell to do his job. I ain't never known no one that wake up every morning like, yes, I got another day and I'm about to do it big and I'm going to do it. Amen. Yes, Diana, I'm going to do it big and I can't wait. Matter of fact, I got a new trick up my sleeve. I couldn't even sleep last night because I got a new trick. I got a new trick for Coach Nye. Yep, I'm going to stick it to her good. And guess what? I allow that man to do his job. Because if I focus every day on trying to stop the enemy, oh, he going to try this way and I'm going to stop him. I'm going to cut this friend off. I'm not going to say that to this friend. I think they this. Because I'm all in my head. That's what he wants. Guess what? That was the new trick. Just to have you thinking everything else but what you're supposed to be focusing on, which is your purpose. Because if I can keep you from your purpose, then I'm winning. Because as long as you don't get to your purpose, then that means that you can't bring anybody else along. You cannot bring anybody else to God. You cannot wake anybody else up. This is the year of awakening. You can't awaken nobody else. You are doing what you're supposed to be doing, which is I'm causing confusion. And guess what? You are doing good at taking it. I done confused you so good. You ain't even drinking water no more. You pouring water down your ear because you're thirsty. That don't even make sense. But he got your head so wrapped up on what he want. And doesn't that sound familiar? Let me tell you how familiar. Thank you for following. Let me tell you how familiar. Let's talk about that relationship. That man or that woman you done broke up with, you is sick of this person. They done cheated on you for the last time. Remember, I told you, you got to get to the point of the last time. They done cheated on you for the last time. You is done. You done sat around. You done ate your cheese and crackers. You done sat back and forth. You done probably did, I don't know, drank, I don't know. You done went somewhere, did everything that you weren't supposed to do. You probably done went and got you a new little buddy, a little business buddy. You know what I'm talking about. A friends with benefit buddy that, because I'm screw him, screw her. You done did all these things. And somehow you get home and you dwelling on what they doing. You like, oh, he better not be, oh, she probably let somebody, oh no. She probably got somebody playing all in her ear. Oh, he doing things to her ear, man. Now he mad. She's sitting around, oh, I bet you he better not be cooking for her. Let him cook. Listen, what you worried about it? But see, that's the new trick that the enemy, when he was sleeping, he said, oh, I got a new trick, 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 I can't wait to use it. I'm going to cause confusion. They done broke up. Right, that's exactly what I needed to happen. I needed them to break up because God wanted y'all. Y'all wasn't supposed to be together anyway. And so the enemy knew it was going to happen. But this is what the enemy do. Because God is trying to get you to your purpose and your destination. He need Buddy, a homegirl, out of the way. So he get them out of the way, and God like, okay, your spirit team is like, yes, come on, baby. We done did it. We done finally did it. We got you over there. And the enemy was like, nah. What you messed up is you stepped back. You gave her too much credit. Come here. What you need to do is you need to go party. You need to call your homegirl. Matter of fact, where's Buddy at? They used to buy you that good. Remember he take you out to eat? Call him. Call him. Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly. That's exactly what he's saying. Recycle them. Bring them back. And guess what you doing? Little goofy. You know what? You right. I'm going to call him. I'm going to show him something. That's what the enemy wants. So now you over there with third leg Charlie, messing around. You over here. He over here with what they call it? Come catch Sally. Over there. They doing their own thing. They both going their separate ways. But everybody is missing the point of their purpose. Nobody is operating in their purpose. They're so pulled away from their purpose. And that's what the enemy want to happen. Now your spirit team got to sit and wait till you say, help me. Because now you're operating on free will. And you got to get to the point, I'm never going to get back in this situation again. You got to get to that point. Until you get to that point, your spirit team sit here, and that's when you say, I feel like I'm alone. I feel like God's not here. I feel all these different things. But guess what? He's here. He's there. Spirit is there. But how can the spirit help you? How can the spirit cannot come in and help you and dwell in the place where it's supposed to be. It's cluttered in there. It's cluttered in there. You got confusion, chaos, frustration, anger, anxiety, depression, lust. You got all these things. You're having a human experience. Some of y'all are just earth angels having a human experience, and you can't even focus on what your mission down here was to do. Your mission down here was to wake people up so they can understand who they are. But you can't. You can't. And that's the most important thing, guys. You have to remember what your purpose is, and how you find out is going within. You got to go within. You got to heal within. You have to get to the point of this is it. Not the last time. The last time is the right before. This is it. And the this is it meaning I'm tired. The aha moment of I've been married for over 20 something years and he ain't stopped cheating or she ain't stopped cheating yet. I've been married for over 20 something years. I don't even know if all them kids mine. All them babies can't be mine. You don't know what's going on. But for 20 something years, you've been with this person. You've been loving this person. You've been doing right by this person because of the fact you understood your mission as a spouse, as the wife, as a man. You understand the mission, and that one did not. But have you ever thought that you never took that to God? You never said, hey, God, is this who I'm supposed to be with? Have you ever thought about that? And a lot of us do that. And then we get in a marriage and then we're stuck. That's what we say. We're stuck because I took the vows and you supposed to. Yes, that's right. Vows with the one, your divine counterpart. That's Joker from up the block. Nothing about him. Nothing about him says he's your divine counterpart. Everything about him says, I'm coming in your life and I'm about to ruin it and I'm about to tear up your car. Yep, I'm about to tear up your car. Everything about him says that. But you love him. Even with that woman, everything about that woman says, I'm going to go have other men babies and I'm going to make you their father. I'm going to make you going to be my baby daddy. You going to be my husband and you going to think these your kids for the next umpteen years until I can't have it no more. Until I get to the point I'm just tired of hiding it. And you tried to make her your divine counterpart. How? So those are the type things. So we can't beat ourselves up with the the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, right? As we talk about, you just got to know who you are and understand whose you are. And if you're going to play with the spirituality and play with the different deities and different things like that, hey, that's a you problem, not a me problem. Guess what? You do you. I can only focus on me. And a lot of people, I need you guys to stop doing the whole forcing, Jesus, forcing your opinions on others. It's an opinion. It's not a fact. That's how you feel. And it's okay. But it does not mean it's a fact. Just because, and a lot of people have their own platforms, right? So you got your platform and you can say whatever you want to say on your platform. And if you don't like what the person say on your platform, just don't follow them. Don't cause it a thing by telling them they're wrong and this, that, and the third. Wrong in who eyes? Where's the facts in this? It's off of your feelings. And for me, I really don't care what you got going on. You do you. You do what make you happy. Just don't come to me trying to force it on me. Don't force your values and morals on me. I have my own. And I do pretty good at carrying my own. If we're not here, and this time is when we're supposed to be helping others awaken. And not just helping others awaken. So let's talk about that, because that's another thing that kind of irritates me a little bit. But I stay in my lane unless asked. So, awakening. Now, awakening to everybody is totally different. They talk about, I'm awakening. Awakening to what? Well, they're awakening to, they don't believe that there's, a God, or they don't believe that, the doctrine that they've been following all these years are real. They don't believe that Earth is real. They don't believe that the moon is real. They're awakening to, everything's a conspiracy. However it go, and that's fine. Do you. But you can't take an ancestry or a pagan god or or whatever your god is and force that on me. Awakening means it's different, but at the same time, everybody has their own awakening. And here's the thing, everybody's not going to awaken. Everybody is not going to awake. Do you hear me? Everybody's not going to get on the new timeline. And if they do, they're going to get on it the way that they want to get on it. So some people believe in Christianity, and that's the only way, the gospel that they know, and that's the only thing that they're going to stick on. So if it's another doctrine out there, they're not going to take the time to look into it, because this is who they are and this is what it is. And that's okay. But when you break down all these gods and everything, there is one God. And whatever you want your God to look like, that's on you. Okay? But there's one. And that's who you pray to. All this extra, building altars and different things like that, that's on you. Don't force it on me. So it's, for me, awakening is awakening to not what's going on in the world. It's your awakening to your spirituality. Understanding that a lot of the religion that were man-based, right? They were man-based, and you're just strictly focusing on the spiritual side, understanding that there is a God, understand that there's an understanding. Do you understand? But yes, and you believing in that. That's it. That you totally blind out all of this nonsense that's going on. All of the nonsense of, okay, when it's time for elections, it's always some stuff going on. It's always things going on when it's time for the election. you're starting to see through that. Your veil is starting to lift. If you look at every election, there's always something going on. Well, you got the Diddy situation going on. You got the election coming up. And have you noticed, it's like election just snuck up on us. It's like you blinked and it was like, oh, snap, it's time to vote. Just like that. And that's what the enemy wants. He wants you to focus on everything but what's going on in reality. Have you noticed whenever there's a war, there's something else going on? But the ones that's not awakened, what do they run to? They run to the TV to see what's going on with the war. They run to the TV to see what's going on with the election. They run to the TV, but they're not really looking at all of this is an allusion to what's really going on in the world. So that's just something. Those are the type things when people say with awakening. It's awakening to your understanding, your purpose, what your mission is. It's awakening to that. It's not awakening to the next person and who's ascending, who's not ascending, who's this and who's that. That's none of your business. Your business is you have awakened. Now start operating in your powers and in your gifts. That's it, okay? So I just wanted to touch on that a little bit because you got a lot of people that do the whole trying to figure it out. They're trying to figure it out. And it's okay. Because there's so much going on in the world right now, and there's so much confusion. It's so much confusion. People don't know what's going on no more. They don't. They do not. And then they go with the flow, and then they think they're learning about their ancestry and, you know, things like that. Like, oh, and a lot of this stuff is made up. That's what pagan gods is. Pagan is made up. It's made up. That's it. So really read. Just like in the Bible, they say, read it. Listen to the pastor, but go home and read it. No one do that. A lot of people stick to what the pastor said and go, because a lot of times what happened is you have people that read off of their own understanding, right? So when they're reading off of their own understanding, guess what they're doing? They start off, turn to Romans 2:12. And then it turns into a whole sermon about them. Their understanding, their testimony has nothing to do with the teaching. And not all pastors, I'm just giving you an example. And then it goes from there. And now what you don't understand is what just happened is, because the illusion is over you now, is that this man can preach. Why do you think when you leave, you don't remember when they ask you, what did he preach about? And you can't never remember. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Every time you went to church, they asked you what he preached about, and you can't remember because it ain't meant for you to remember. It's not that, because it's been times I sat in there. Thank you so much for the heart. I've sat in there and I sat in there and I'm tuned in and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. And it is so good. It is so good. And I leave out and I'm listening to him. I'm like, yes. I even wrote some stuff down. And I leave out of there and I'm telling people it was so good. It was so good. I enjoyed it so much. Oh, what did he preach about? I don't know. Can't remember. But I remember how it made me feel. Did it make your spirit feel good, or did it make your inner you feel good? What made you feel good? Because if it made you feel that good, you can explain it, right? Well, you can't explain it, so how are you telling me that service was that good? And I'm not going to lie. I stopped going to church. Now, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. It was a good Bible-based study guide that this guy, it was a... Now look at that. I can't even remember. So was it that good? But no, it was good. I can't think of the name of the church. But anyway, I would go and he would just teach. So I stopped going to church. I would just go to Bible study, right? And I would go to Sunday school because I want teachings. I don't want to hear it. I don't want no more pulpit. I don't want anything, because if I'm leaving out of here not remembering what was taught to me, because it wasn't meant for me to remember what was taught to me, because it was not talking about much of anything. It was not in alignment with what God would have them to do. But hey, that's my opinion. I can't push that on you. I can't push that on you. So my thing is, why? Why is that? In the time that we live in now you got people questioning everything. They don't want to go to church. They're not going to church because they don't trust and they don't believe. But then again, if you start looking at what church is, you are the church. So the building, you have the house of worship. But I'm going to church. Well, if all the body of church is not in alignment, then you're not going to get anything from it. So meaning that everybody, if I'm the church, you the church, you the church, you the church, we all come together. We like the Power Rangers, right? We all combine together and we become a mighty force. And that's what builds up the house of worship. And that's where we go. And this is where you're going to remember everything that was said, because now I'm teaching and I'm talking to your spirit. But how? If you don't even understand you the church. And I'm not talking about you. Me too. I was the same way. I just didn't understand it. I didn't understand it at all. I was checking the block. I mean, and then they say fellowship, and then I go in there and it's like, I don't want to talk to any of them. Because you got everybody running and attaching to the first lady, right? They got their groups. Yes, they got their groups. And then you try and talk to the first lady and it's like, you know, she's so special. You can't talk to her. Okay, fine. And then the pastor, you better not talk to the pastor without the first lady being right there, because, you know, he used to cheat back in his day. Not all pastors. I'm just speaking. Had a church I went to. And so they want you to fellowship. So who am I supposed to fellowship with? I'm new. So yeah, the newbies, guess what? They didn't put you on the spot, made you stand up in church. They made you do all these things. Everybody meet you in the back room. And all y'all talk about the upper room. And y'all talking and y'all having a good time. They welcome you, giving you a welcome kit. I do this, I do that. And you know, someone's going to call you. And they call you. And then they call you again. And then they call you to make sure that you're going to be there this Sunday. Then when you come there this Sunday, they're going to be spinning and grinning, smiling. And then you're not going to hear from them again because they're too busy. They done did their job. They done marked the block. Now you sitting around here looking kind of crazy. But they say go fellowship. Well, now I'm going to the person that I know, because you were my greeter when I first got here. And you were my sponsor because, you know, I just joined the church. But now I'm going to go talk to you. And now everything is awkward because now I'm standing next to you and you looking at me. I'm looking at you. Because you don't know how to really do your job. You was just checking the block with me. But they tell us to go fellowship. And then when they all go out to eat somewhere, right? They all going out to eat and they all about to go hang out. And guess what? They're telling you to fellowship, but guess what's happening? You didn't get the invite to go out to eat, but they told you to fellowship. And then the next time, oh yeah, we go out every Sunday. Do you understand? You got to be a certain type of person to fit in with them. How was that? How are you better than me? And I'm the church too. I'm the church too. I am the church. You are the church. He's the church. She's the church. And when we join together, we make up the house of worship. But we can't. We make up the hood. We make up the hood in the pulpit. We make up the ghetto in the pulpit. We make up the mess in the pulpit. We make up the trash in the pulpit, because it's always coming together. Everybody want to be messy. You want to be messy. You want to talk about this person. I can't come to the storehouse and get the things that I need because you too busy minding my business. You too busy trying to figure out why I don't have. You too busy trying to figure out, well, the church money, we ain't got enough money to do what we supposed to be doing, because she need help with her lights. So we don't have enough money to help her with her lights, because we had to send Pastor on a vacation, because we just had the Pastor anniversary, the Pastor Junior anniversary, the Junior Pastor anniversary. Then the pastor had to get a new cloak. He had to get new shoes because he had to go out of town to go pastor for the junior pastor, and we had to pay for that. Then we had to get the hotel for the pastor and the pastor, and oh yeah, low key, because I'm the deacon, I ain't gonna tell the truth. But guess what? For his mistress as well. But I'm the homegirl, I'm the deaconess, so I had to get First Lady a hotel next to him, because me and her, we gonna roll up on old girl that he's sleeping with, and we gonna Bible beat her, and we gonna do what we gotta do. And then so that was, we just spent that, so we ain't got enough money to get him nothing and help him with nothing, because you know that's just how it go. So why you ain't got no job and why you can't pay your light bill, even though that ain't none of my business? I'm just trying to justify why the books say we in the negative, so I don't have to tell on the pastor, because I'm the deacon. And guess what? I'm supposed to be the one bringing order, making sure the pastor doing the right thing. But I can't do that because I'm doing the mess with him. We chasing skirts together. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Chasing it together. Am I lying? And then you wonder why people don't respect the church. And see, you could have a real serious house of worship. You can have that house of worship that everybody want to go to. You can have that house that really is lit. But see, we make fun of those ones when we be seeing people. Now, some of them, I ain't gonna lie to you. Some of them, I'm just like, man, if you, pastor, you don't come put your hands on me, because I just watched you put your hands on this person. Somehow he flew across the way, and now he was in a wheelchair, but now he walking. It's kind of a little bit scary. Kind of a little bit scary. Just a little bit scary. So don't, just throw some water on me from afar. But I get it, though. And that's how you want to be, because it's kind of scary. But you have some places that is what it's about. And matter of fact, the church was, it was here. Is it? It's not in South Haven. No, it is in South Haven. I don't think it crossed over yet, but it's off of Getwell. It's called Getwell's Church. And it's a non-denomination. It's just, he gets up there and he talk about it. It's in Mississippi, South Haven. But he teaches. You guys can go online and just check it out. He teaches. That's it. He's not up there trying to give me the big runaround, trying to make, because now pastors, comedians. They get up there and they become comedians, And I get frustrated, because it's like, oh, my goodness. So we're going to stay here all day. Then I ain't laughing now. I look like I'm the problem. It's not that I'm the problem. It's not that it's not laughing. It's just, it's not funny, because I came here for a reason. I'm in the need of something. I'm in the need of something. I need someone to stand in the gap for me. I need someone to have my back, because I'm going through it. I may not look like it, because I'm not going to wear what I got going on with me, but I need somebody to stand in the gap for me. And right now, this is comic hour for you. Right now, I had a church I was going to. He was on TV, so you know what that happened. What happened with that? It was time for, it was comedy show. I mean, and then he gets so excited, he forget he in church. Next thing you hear is the N-word. I'm like, bruh, I don't know what is happening. Hold on, let me see. It's my son on here. Son, if you on here, can you come here? But this is the type thing. And then they talk about having a cognac. They talk about, the different things, because at the end of the day, I ain't always been saved. So because they trying to be relatable. But you're not relatable. Because I'm right now in the need of something. Oh, I thought you was up here. Because what I need, wait a minute, hold on. Don't come across here, because you're going to knock that cord over. I got my it's a notebook on my desk. The one I write, the one I journal in?
That one?
Downstairs on my desk.
Mm-hmm.
Can you bring that to me?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. All right. Look at you go. Boy, I tell you what, that's my little one. He gonna have a good time regardless. He gonna have a good time. But that's my baby. And he know it too. But yeah, I'm in the need of something. Let me tell you something. So my son, my baby boy, this is the one that will come and put hands on you and pray for you and still go outside and set small fires. He's all boy. He's definitely going to open the window, try and jump off the second floor, because in his mind, he can land on the floor, on the ground with his feet, standing straight up, knees good, everything good, because he's plastic. That's how he feels. That's my son. He's all boy. And I that's my child. But he's also the one that was in the church at that time one day. And I guess it was a shock for them. It was a real shock for them. Hold on one second. Thank you. All right. Close the door, sir. Thank you. Thank you, little buddy. Oh, you guys, this is a prayer journal. This is by Sharona Hester, lady, pastor. And this is on Amazon. And this right here, I use it to journal in. She has some scriptures in here and different things like that, but I use it to journal in. And so my baby is we at church, and we in the group, and the pastor called everybody to come pray. Well, my son, without anybody asking to do so, because it's just my child, he has his gifts. I understand his gifts, and I'm so grateful that I'm in a place that I've always been in a place that I can nurture his gifts. So he immediately grabs a box of tissue, and he just started looking down each aisle, and he just, because hospitality is his thing, and he just went, and he's very empathic, and he just went looking, and he was like, all right, she needs some tissue, let me go and give her that. Okay, you look like you about to cry, I'm gonna go and give you that. And, you know, I let my baby serve. Let him cook. I mean, look, we just joined this church. We haven't even joined it yet, and you done took over, and that's how it's supposed to be. Because it's not about you telling me to do something that I know that need to be done. You have some people, and that's another thing too, when going to church, it's like you're embarrassing me. You making me feel a type of way. Because now you got me out here. I'm not even used to telling my own feelings. So now this is my first time in church, and now I'm about to be crying because I was taught to not cry. I was taught that crying meant you're weak. So now in my mind, what I'm thinking is everybody see me as weak. You can't tell me that people don't see me as weak. You can't tell me it's okay, because in my mind, that's what I see. So you can't come and say anything other than you're weak, because that's what I'm thinking that's going to come out your mouth, because that's what my mind is trained for. So now you have me crying in front of here, or I know I'm about to break down, but here's the spirit in this little kid that understands his mission and his job. And what do? Hands a tissue. So therefore, for me, no one's going to know. No one's going to know. Nobody's going to know. You understand? You just start operating. And I say that to say that you just operate. You don't have to be told what your mission is. If I was to listen to the last pastor, the bishop, yes. And that's because I nurture that. You know, I always tell them to be who you are. Don't be who you think you should be, or be who you want to be. You because you feel like that's, be who you are. And that's how my daddy taught me. Be who you are. And that's that. That is that. Thank you for the roses. So I was doing my journaling, right? And you know, we were just talking about the pagans, and pagan is pretty much deity from, you know, made up. You just pretty much made up. This is false. It's just something you made up. It ain't even real. It ain't never been real, but it's just something you made up. So guess what? This right here, I just made this up, and I'm a worship to it. That's pagan. Now, worshiping a pseudo god, is a deity that is not considered to have been a genuine object or of worship, or whose existence is doubtful or disapproved. It means false or counterfeit. And that's what we were talking about when I was saying praying to the different things. I'm not going to, you pray to whatever it is. But in this spiritual awakening, how I tell you guys, everyone's like, I'm ascending, I'm doing these things, I'm awakening. And then they start praying to these different gods, which is considered, and the reason it's considered this, a pseudo god, reason is considered that because I'm a person that believes in one type of God, one God. So then this becomes my belief. Now, your belief may believe in this God. So every other God would be that, you know? So it's knowing, instead of focusing on all these different gods, focus on the God that lives within you, right? And that's another thing. Oh, goodness. So you got everyone saying that they're their own gods now. Have y'all heard about that? You got a lot of people saying that they're their own gods. Now, a lot of people say God is within you. We are gods because God created us in our image and we are gods. And then they take it to a step further. And they take it a step further because they're their own God. And I'm going to tell you how to handle that. Because you're working on your purpose. You don't. You let that person focus on their God or whatever it is. You focus on yours. And the whole point of it is focusing on your purpose. Because whatever it is that you're focusing on and that they're focusing on, whatever it is, the right will be shown. So if you're focused on the wrong thing, guess what? Living their life the way that they're supposed to be living, then hey, my God, one true God. There is only one God. You can call him the universe. You can call him whatever you want to call him. You can call, hey, at the end of the day, he's God. You can call him Yahweh. You can call him Jehovah. You can call him, because as time goes, his name changes. I remember I was a kid and they kept saying Jehovah, Jehovah. I was so confused. I was in church. I was so confused. So now I'm confused. Okay, there's Jesus, there's God, there's Jehovah. Like, is Jehovah God's dad? Like, I was confused. I remember that. I was a kid. I was so confused. Because back then, you don't sit and explain nothing to kids. That was just it. You don't explain anything to a kid. You just shut up and you listen. And that's how it was. But that was so wrong. That was so wrong because I was now a kid that's confused. Uh-oh. What is these puzzle, please? Drag the puzzle. Okay. So yeah, thank you for the lot. Thank you for the light. Thank you. Okay, I'm not going. Yeah, I don't want to touch that any further. I just wanted to bring that to the attention. But I want for people to look at, when it comes to going to church and different things like that, find your grounding. And in order to get your grounding, you got to know who you are, whose you are, and what your purpose is. Because you'll go for anything. If you don't know anything and you know the Muslim religion, then guess what? If it's introduced to you, then you may go for that. You got to find what works for you. If it's the Christianity religion, you're going to go for that. You have to go within and you have to ask God. You have to go to him. And you got to go within and ask him who are you? Reveal yourself to me. Show me. He's going to show you. And it's not going to be the way that it's going to be. He's just going to show up in your face and it's, he's going to show himself. He's going to show himself to your understanding. The way he showed himself to me, thank you for the light. The way he showed himself to me is not going to be the way he's going to show himself to you. I could tell you all day about what my experience was. The whole awakening, the whole, even after being baptized, thank you for the follow. I could show you these things. I could tell you these things. I can have these conversations with you. Thank you, Dr. Cynthia. I could do all these things, and then you will not have that experience. You'll be going searching for that type of experience. I had this young lady tell me, I was explaining to her about my awakening and how, how did it happen? I got to the point that I got tired. I got to that, this is not going to happen to me again. And then it happened. No, it was the last time. This is the last time it's going to happen to me. And then it happened again, right? Because we always say it's the last time and then it happens again. I will not be in this situation again. When you get hurt so bad, when you get rocked, left, right, knock your head knocked between the refrigerator and the cabinet, you just got the wind taken out of you, not physically, domestically, not saying like that. I'm just saying when you get the wind snatched out of you, when you at your lowest. When I got up off the floor, when I finally got up, had the strength to stand up, I meant that. I'm never going to be here again. I'm never going to have to pick myself up off the floor again. I'm never going to be in a place where I got to crawl and scratch or whatever to get myself up off the floor because there's nobody else there but me. I'm never going to be in this place again. And I meant that. Yes, Dr. Cynthia, I seen your comment. I don't know why I filtered it out. Yes. I refuse to ever allow myself to be here again. It won't be me. Hey, what's going on? Louisiana country boy? Thank you. I'm never going to allow anybody to get me to a place that I see myself as less than. It's not going to happen. I'm never going to get to a place where I allow people to run over me or people's feelings to dictate my next move. It's not going to happen. I'm never going to get to a place that I meant this, that I'm going to ask someone. Meaning, let me tell you this. This is how it goes. When you say this, you think I should do this? Or you think this? I'm not going to make a move because I got to ask somebody. I'm never going to be in a place that I'm going to ask anybody what their opinion is about my move. Because when every time I made a move or every time I did something, you were either there to laugh at me or sit in shock because you didn't think I was going to make it. But the only person that never made me feel a type of way was God. So that's the only person that I'm going to have a conversation with when I get ready to jump off the porch. Okay, God, I'm getting ready to jump off the porch. I'm getting ready to run straight for it. I feel like this is what you told me to do. And if it's the wrong thing, then I need you to help me fix it. Because, God, I really feel like I heard your voice, Lord God. If it ain't your voice, I need you to make it clear for me. But, God, I heard your voice. But when I jump off this porch, God, and it ain't the right decision, and it wasn't your voice, Lord God, I ask that you have my back once again, because you're the only one that's been having my back. And I ask that you help me see what the right next step look like so I can get back on track the way I'm supposed to be. That's it. I don't care about nobody else. And let me explain something to you as well. When you have people, they constantly go to other people and ask them their opinion because they're afraid of making the wrong decision. What is a wrong decision? I really want you to think about that. What is a wrong decision? Because this is how I look at decisions. There is no wrong decision. Because if I make the wrong decision, I'm going to make it the right way. This is what I mean by that. If I make a mistake and I took the wrong turn, then guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to find a way to make a U-turn and get back into traffic going the way I need to go. So now I ain't going north no more. I'm going south. Whichever way that I done made that decision, I'm about to do a U-turn and I'm going to fix that. And that's why I say it's no such thing as a wrong decision. You may make a hiccup. You may do something that may even get you locked up. But in the mix of all that, you still got time to fix it and get your life together, because it's not about being free. Yeah, I'm locked up, I ain't free no more. It's about your soul, because if your soul ain't right, it don't matter if you're free or not. You're going to hell. She said that, right? And then I got some people, is there hell or heaven? Well, I don't know. I'm going to believe that there's a heaven because that's where I want to go. So whatever it is, I got to get my soul right. It ain't about this illusion that's been put on us. The illusion of us feeling like, oh, nothing can go wrong, right? Oh, I won't go to hell. Ain't no such thing. The illusion of, man, just do you. This ain't got nothing to do with, I remember I was in high school. I'm not going to call a girl out because Sonya, you going to know exactly who I'm talking about. I ain't going to call out. But this fool, I remember her and my best friend Lisa. Lisa just lost her mind on her. And she said, I got a job. And Lisa was like, you need to be thanking God or something like that. And the girl said, God ain't got nothing to do with me getting no job. I don't know why I never forgot this. I never forgot this. And it was like the music stopped and screech. And you know how we were. This was some of y'all. I don't know if anybody else in here that really know me, right? You know how we would stand outside on the corner of the high school across the street in that man yard, disrespecting that man grass, standing on his grass. We ain't had no business standing on his grass. So it was like a hard screech. And Lisa just lost it and went into a whole sermon on that girl. And I never forgot that. And I thought it was crazy, but I didn't want to touch the conversation because I've always been the type of person of, man your own business. That's her belief. I'm not going to waste my breath on trying to force you to believe something that I believe in. I don't even know how I got on that. But yeah. So anyway, I don't know why I just thought about that. But it's just one of them things of, listen, if you made a wrong turn, just turn it around. Remember, it's your soul that's at risk. That's what's at risk. Nothing else really matters. It's what's on the inside. And if that's in trouble, don't worry about being free no way. Don't worry about, because ain't nothing good going to come for you. Because that's in trouble. You got to fix that. Yes. Yes. Thank you so much for the hearts and the roses. Thank you. Thank you. I'm just looking at it. I'm trying to catch up on some of the reading. Yes. Okay, I think I'm caught up on it. I got a big screen. I'm sorry, y'all. I got the camera this way, and then I got the screen there. So yes. So when we get to that point, let me see what we got here. I've been on here for a little bit, you know. I'm trying to wind down. So when we get to that point, you guys, when you're making your decisions in life, just make the best decision. Go within. Everything you need to do, you have to go within. You have to go within. Stop asking people. Stop trying to befriend people. Stop trying to see if this person will agree with you because you want to be with the in crowd or you want to be with the out crowd. Stop trying to be because this person is this person is into spirituality, so I'm going to go get all the beads and the chains and all that stuff. You know, do you. Do what make you happy. Protect yourself the way you know how to protect yourself. You have to find you. Trust me, if you get off on the wrong track, God will definitely show himself. Let's look at Saul. Now, Saul believed that he was a warrior. Saul believed that he was doing the right thing. Saul was like, no, we're going to kill that. Nope. You believe in Christianity? Nope, we taking you out. No. And then God asked him, like, why are you persecuting my people? He stopped him in his track. And that's one thing about God. He's going to show up and have this conversation with you because he want to understand, what are you thinking? Why are you coming against my people? Who are you? Why are you not doing what I told you to do? So he stopped him in his track. And he chose him to do his work now. He chose him. Now he's chosen to do his work. But he had to show himself. And that's how some people are. You got to show me. Sometimes I have heard people say that they've been drunk and God showed himself to you, to him, to themselves, you know, or they were drunk. Yeah. And you know what's crazy? And I was talking about this today with my aunt is, and I keep telling folks, like, this is kind of weird because my whole goal when it came to creating social media, because I didn't have a social media for a while, and then last year I decided to get up on social media. My whole goal with that was to just work on my physical fitness. This is one of my shirts, Body by Nye. And if you guys want to go on the website, get it. But just to focus on fitness, you know, to help people in the health. And here it is that I'm doing. I feel like a lot of times, my goal to come on here to do lives is to talk about self-love. And that's why I always have to take pauses, because my goal is to come on here and talk about self-love, how to work on the inner you and becoming the best version of yourself and become as your coach and as your mentor and different things like that. Somehow I end up speaking spiritually, and then we get to talking about, I'll be feeling like I'll be pastoring and things like that. And that's not what I had the intent for. But like I said, you get chosen to do things, and then the stuff that just rolls off my tongue, I'm just like, okay, I go with it, because I try and stay in alignment with everything. So I really enjoy you guys for following me throughout this process. And just like I say, I be having a whole write-up. And that's why I was thinking, like, maybe I just need to make sure I stay with the, thank you for the likes, that I just stay with the podcast, being able to teach myself love. And when I come on here, I really don't have an agenda. I just speak, and it just, flow. So my main focus was to come on here. If you have a business idea, I want you to, thank you for the like. If you have a business idea, I want you to focus on your business idea. I want you to do what you're supposed to be doing. This is the year of awakening. This is the year that you awaken into your purpose and what your job is supposed to be doing in your gifts. And in order to do those type things, you need to go within, and you got to heal some things about you, but yet you still got to operate. So here's the thing. While you're healing, you still have to work. It's kind of like you have kids, you're a single mom, and you're having a breakdown, and you're crying, and you're hurting, and you're in the shower all on the floor crying and hollering, and the baby stick his head in there and say, hey, Mom, Dairy Queen closing in 20 minutes, because you told them you was going to do something. Because they don't care about what you got going. They don't care about you crying. They don't care about any of that. What they're trying to do is get their job done. So in the mix of you healing, you still have to do your job. In the mix of you healing, you still have to focus on the new task that's coming at you now. Now you got new tasks. God is telling you, okay, now you need to open this business. Oh, by the way, I need you to go buy this house. And you like, God, I ain't got no money. First off, God, my credit score is like a 500. I don't even know how I'm going to do this. And then you just told me I need to go buy a new car. And so now you're sitting with all these ideas. Now you think you're going crazy, and you're sitting back like, I got to be crazy. This can't be right. I got to be crazy. Because that's how God operates. That's what he tell you. You could be sitting there minding your own business. Next thing you know, he's like, hey, get up, go look at a house. Get up, go look at this car. Get up, go to the dealership. You're going to buy that car, go to that house, and you're going to buy that house, go to the bank and just ask for the money. And you're like, well, God, now you're fighting. Now your flesh is telling you like, no, we can't afford that. No, yeah, don't have a good credit score. Yeah, not going to do that. The business, and you want me to open a business, and you want me to do my regular job, huh? No, you're going to quit your regular job. Wait a minute, hold on. You want me to go get a house, a car, open a business, and quit my job? That don't make sense. They got to be the enemy. And that's what we do. And so we go back and forth, and we go back and forth because we're not listening to understand. We're listening to reply. We're listening from our hurt ears. We're listening from our confused ears. Ooh, excuse me. And what he's telling us is, you're about to have all these things happen to you. I'm giving you the beginning, and I'm showing you the end. Let me work the middle piece. And that middle piece is how all that is going to connect. That's what that middle piece is. So that middle piece is, he's going to send somebody. And let me explain something to you. When God gives you all these visions and ideas, if you sit back and you stay quiet, and that's part of being in your power. That's part of standing in your power, knowing when to shut up. And so now you're shutting up and you're listening. You're doing less talking and more listening. And this is when everything is going to fall into place. This is when he's going to give you the next direction. And the next direction is, because these are all his tasks, you're not going to have to do any work. You're not going to have to do nothing. While you're sitting there stressed out, because now you still worrying about, I got to quit my job, I got to get a house, and I got to get a car, and I got to get this business, and I'm going to be a multimillionaire, because that's the end. That's the end goal, to be a multimillionaire. But before that, right here, you got the beginning, and this is all the task. Now, let's look at it. Now you're a project manager, right? And that's how you have to look at it. You have to structure this thing the right way. You got to structure it the right way, that it flows, so that everything can connect. Everything can go together. You got to go do the research. You got to get the key players, which is your stakeholders. You got to do all these different things. And you got to pull it all together in order for this to be an accomplishment. But here's the thing. God never gave you an end date. And that's the problem. You don't went and put an end date on it. You done said you need this. You can't do this. Your kids need this. Yeah, and this got to be done by the year. God ain't told you nothing. He just gave you your task, right? He gave you all your tasks. And then now he gave you the end goal. So with that, now we get into the middle piece. We slowly getting there, but you keep dragging us backwards because you stuck on this whole thing of, how am I going to get there? I ain't got no money. Now you looking for the money. Now you going to the bank. You getting frustrated because the bank done denied you. You done went and got this car because God ain't told you what car you going to get, and you got denied for that car. You done went looking at a doggone Charger, right? You get denied for that. You done went looking at a $200,000 house. You get denied for that because that's not what God told you. What God told you is, I need you to push this Audi over here, and I need you to push this house that's gonna be like $600,000-$700,000, and that's the house that you gonna buy. But you over here lowballing, staying in low vibrations, right? So we don't need to get you up here in high vibrations. So what he's gonna do is he's going to bring the people to you. When God give you a task, he bring people to you. He bring the things to you. See, the thing for me is, since last year, I knew I was going to move. And I was telling this guy about, all these acres and different things about, talking to him about acres and stuff. And he said, oh, what, you got a farm? And the word farm kept following me around. A farm kept following me around. I was like, I don't have a farm. What are you talking about? It's not a farm. I'm not buying a farm. Is you crazy? Something wrong with you, bro. What is he talking about? Is he trying to be funny? This is all the things I'm thinking to myself. Like, this dude just tried me. I should go beat him up real quick, but I ain't gonna do that though, right? Because I don't know where he coming from with this. Thank you for the likes. So then I'm sitting back like, okay, cool. Then 2024 came. Farm. Why is farm keep following me? Because that was the end goal of a whole nother project that I had nothing to do with. See, this is the thing. When God gives you a project, right, what happens is small little tasks come up under those projects. Small little tasks come up under it. So look at it like a program. So your whole life, this whole generation thing, this whole breaking the generational curses, bringing the generational wealth back, and all these different things, that's the program. And now you got little projects up under it. So now the little projects up under it, here's this project. This project was to get me here. This was when he said get the house, that was a project. Get the car, that was a project. Get this, that's a project. Then over here, you got a whole nother project that was birthed from those projects. See, this is how you connect the dots, and this is how you know it's God, because this is what happened. Everything just start falling in your lap. You don't have to connect anything. He gave you the beginning, now he gave you the end. So now I need you to just sit there. And while you sitting there, this is what's about to happen. Another project gonna come, which you're gonna feel this is overwhelming, because the inner child in you was like, no, this is just too much. God, I can't do it. You just start freaking out for no reason when he told you not to. But not only that did that project come, now the person that's going to help you get that started has come. But what did you do? You took that person and turned them into and categorized them the way that you wanted to categorize them. You took that person, you knew that you needed help with this project. You didn't ask this man and you didn't ask this woman, do they know anything about business? You did not sit in your power by staying quiet to see what was going to be said, to see what the hint is, because God sent this person for a reason. You went straight into, as we talked about, oh, you are so fine. I want you over here right now. Get in my bed, get in my car, whatever it is, I want you. And that's when you made that person. Now it didn't work out. Now you mad. Now you mad because it didn't work out. Well, that's not what he was brought in your life, or he or she was brought into your life for. He or she was brought into your life to connect that. Now God got to conjure up something. Now bring somebody else because you done messed that up. And then he keep bringing the same person. And now you sitting 10 years waiting on this business and all these visions that God gave you to come to light. But you keep screwing the plug. I'm just be simple. He keeps sending the plug to you and you keep messing it up. Now guess what? Now finally you on the floor crying because now you like, I thought you said that I can, and God finally explained to you. You finally put on your listening ears and you realize that, oh, okay, I was the problem. Okay, so I need to heal. So now you done healed. We back at star one. Let's start this program thing again. Now everything is coming to you. Anything that God give you, he's going to bring the resources. He gave you the beginning and he gave you the end. He can't give you the middle because you're going to be too busy on live talking about some. See, when you hear people say, I'm about to. That's if you're a good friend, you'll tell them don't say that. Because I'm about to mean that you haven't done it yet. And what you're doing is giving the enemy a heads up on what's about to happen. So now he gets to come in different ways. See, I had to learn that too. So everything I talk about now is already in action. It's already mine. It's already happened. So now me, I'm being the testimony, right? And I only give you the testimony of what he tells me to give you, because there's so many different testimonies, and it may not be for this group. It may come out another time. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So when you finally do listen, the point of it is that middle piece is always hidden from you. And the reason why it's hidden from you is so you can't mess it up. Because what God give you, no one will be able to take away. They can put roadblocks. They can put the illusion over your eyes. But can't take it away. So if y'all got a business idea or whatever that you're supposed to be doing, you guys go on after it. Do what you're supposed to do. I'm getting ready to call it a night. I enjoyed y'all. I enjoyed you. I enjoyed you. I enjoyed you. I thank you for the live. Thank you so very kindly. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the shares. And I had a good time. As always, you know, I come on here with a plan and I kind of get derailed on, I don't know who it was for, but I hope it helped somebody. And well, I know it did, because there's no way that the Spirit will interrupt anything I got going on, because I'm not that important, right, to the Spirit, but interrupt anything I got going on to make sure a message is delivered. So anytime there's a deliverance, then the right people need to hear what they need to hear. So you guys, I want y'all to have a great night. And then I'll come on, I don't know when. I just be random. I do. I'll be random. So I thank y'all so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all have a great night. And if no one told you today, I want to be the first to tell you I love you and I'm proud of you. Remember to pour into yourself and pour into others. Coach Nye out.